Hello everyone, this is Supersnoopy here, back with another Star Wars Republic video. Today I have for you guys another Star Wars Republic highlight video. In today's video I'm going to be going over my cargo space / cargo hold access. So I thought this would be an interesting video considering the fact that I've basically actually taken all these slots right here. I've taken all 5 of them. So I actually thought it would be a really cool video just to show off all the junk that I have / some of the relics of the past, since I do have a lot of stuff in my cargo hold, both unique, valuable, and garbage. So I hope you guys enjoy this Star Wars Republic highlight video. As always, if you enjoy these videos, then make sure to leave a like. And if you guys want some nice gaming glasses, then check the links around below. No scope gaming glasses, but yeah. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I'll see you guys in the highlight. Alright guys, so let's just go ahead and actually start this right now. So let's just go ahead and hit this right here. Alright, so as you can tell, we do currently have the cargo hold. It's going to take a while to completely load up, but this is the first slot that we currently have right here, as you can tell. So what I decided to do with this whole entire area for the start is actually have it so I have all the legacy gear that I currently have that I've actually found while exploring and getting other stuff in this little space right here. I actually think that I do have some extra later on, but for right now this is how some of the stuff is organized. So if I ever need some legacy gear while I'm leveling, then I can just go ahead and take this and use it. But yeah, obviously we have that at the top row right now. Then of course we do have an actual cartel market item. Then we have some of the obvious relics of the past. Now what I mean by this is that we do have a War Hero Annihilator Enhancer, and this was back when there was level 50 and that was like the high tier. Then we do have Battle Master, which is a item rating 140, which is when the game has just started, so that's just an implant that I've kept since it isn't, like, you actually can't obtain it anymore, but you know, it is still there just because. So yeah, there's that of course. Now we actually do have some other boxes and lock boxes and all that stuff. I'm not going to go over that considering the fact that, you know, they're just kind of there. Then we do have, obviously, a Republic Assault HK customization. And that's what you obtain through the Forged Alliances stuff in the story arc. So then we do have some extra stuff right here. For example, I do have a red Skirlian headgear just here, just from when I actually augmented it at level 55. Then I have some crafting materials here and there. Then I have some cartel market items. And I think you can't actually obtain this one and this one anymore. These two you could used to obtain when the cartel market actually came out. But then it was just completely removed. And I still actually have the Okada Eliminator gear just all in here from back when level 50. So I guess that's pretty nice right there just to keep it. Then I do have this still all the gear intact. But it is bound because I did want to try it on one time. And, you know, it's no big deal, since obviously I'm still gonna, I guess say, keep it. I'm not gonna obviously sell it since, you know, it's bound, but I wasn't really actually planning on doing that a while ago, so yeah, there's that. Then, of course, we do have a color crystal right here. Then we have some Elite War Hero Eliminator actual braces. Yeah, we do. So that's really nice as well. Like I said, some of this stuff I haven't even looked into myself, but I did actually keep some of the relics. So I can tell I do have some glowing eyes and whatnot. And then I do have the Okada Eliminator adapter. Like I said, this was back when level 50, and this was like some of the best gear you could get. So yeah, that's a nice item rating 140. Then we do have the War Hero Eliminator helmet. This is not the ranked one that you can actually obtain. This is the one that you could actually get from doing the war zones and getting the combinations and whatnot. So yeah, we have that right here. Then, of course, we do have some of this extra stuff, you know, some of the stuff that you get from the refer links. You know, no big deal. Then we have a Hud Enforcer. That's actually the one that I currently have on HK right now. But I don't even know what I was thinking. I bought multiple ones of them. As you can tell, I have 2 of them. I think I just bought a few extra just because if I ever wanted to just have multiple HK different droids on different characters, then I have multiple now, so that's pretty nice. But obviously, the Nightlife event is coming back, so that's no big deal, because I'll be able to stock up on more of these. But, so yeah, we have all that stuff. Then, of course, we do have some regular crafting materials. We have some XP boosts and whatnot, so that's pretty nice. Then we can just go ahead and just slide through all these. This is just some of the garbage I have, you know, just some dyes, some really weak crafting materials, and then all this stuff. Then we have some Revan robes right here, augmented. Like I said, most of the stuff that I do have in this cargo hold, I originally used, but I then actually got rid of. Now, I honestly own quite a few of these Revan chest plates, and I actually didn't own the whole entire set, not the mask, not the anything. I just think that when it first came out the cartel market, these were like super cheap, only like 80k you could get these, but now obviously they're worth quite a bit. So I'm kind of disappointed that they are bound now, but you know what, whatever. I do have a bunch of Revan chest plates, so you know what, no big deal. So then we have all this stuff right here. We have this nice, good old assault cannon. And then we have the Phantom helmet right here. This actual helmet is not too bad. But yeah, this helmet right here used to be worth quite a bit, but obviously there's been a bunch of reskins, so you know it's no big deal right now. But then we have some boots. We have all this good old stuff right here, no big deal. They're just some of the old things from the past, or the stuff you get when you start off. And then, of course, we have an HK scanner from quite a while ago. It allows you to scan if you want to find HK parts. Then I have a cartel pack that I opened that had complete garbage. And the only reason I actually kept this thing is just because of the fact that you can just constantly spam it and annoy people. Mainly because you can just do this. Just jump and just constantly do it. It's really annoying, and also people always wonder what are you doing, because it just looks really weird on other people's screen. But yeah, there's that, of course. Then I have some of the legacy gear from the Kingpin. Like I said, I stocked up on these, just all prepared. Then I have a Recon Droid right here that you could get from the cartel market. It looks pretty nice, not gonna lie. I use it from time to time, but I don't keep it too often, more or less. I like the actual Hud Cartel droid right here. Since, you know, I did try to actually overall just make my Commando look kind of like a cartel warlord, and then this is like his droid just to attack players and whatnot. So yeah, we have that, of course. Then we have a Gree cube right here just to regen. Then we have all this nice stuff right here, just some Kingpin stuff, as you can tell. Then I have some of the legacy gear that I did keep right here. This was one of the things when it was level 50 once again, just actually getting all that gear all set up. So yeah, there's that, of course. Now, as you can tell, we do have some really crappy components right here. We have some of the extra stuff. And the only reason I think I actually got this piece of gear was it was on sale for like 10 cartel coins, so I just bought it because why not? You know, I don't even honestly understand why I bought it, but, you know, 10 cartel coins, kind of can't pass that up. But, yeah, you know, I have that right now, no reason. Then, of course, we do have some of this gear right here, some Battle Master stock gear. I understand that this is light armor. I don't know why I actually got this gear, but no, I did, so not regretting it at all since I don't really use it. But then we have a cannon right here. We have a few of them, just some repeats and whatnot. Then we just have all this gear, just all this random garbage, just XP and whatnot. Then we have some actual customizations for other companions, so that's pretty nice, not gonna lie. But yeah, of course there's that. Then some of the old PvE, or not the PvE, the PvP gear that you could originally get at level 55. Now here's just all the gear just sitting here. More likely you can still obtain this look, but you have to do, I think, I think you have to do Dread Fortress hard mode and Dread Palace hard mode, and or actually do some of the older content at level 55 to actually obtain this look. But yeah, it's still pretty nice, not gonna lie. So I have that now. So let's just go ahead and just continue on looking around. And I mean, as you can see, just have some scrap. Now I just have this ricotta, and yeah, I just actually have this ricotta piece mainly because it's used for the Nightmare Pilgrim. And ever if I actually do it again on this tune, then I'll just go ahead and just have one ready. So yeah, there's that. Then we are at Cargo Bay 3. So as you can tell right here, we just have a bunch of random garbage. I call this just the cluster of everything, since I don't really focus on changing it too much. But here we go. So I have some random speeders that one day I will sell, but you know, today is not the day. So I have all these random really crap speeders right here. Then I have some obvious, I guess say, gifts. Then I have all this, I guess say, customizations as well. Then I just have, like I said, crafting materials. More or less, most of my cargo bay is just some random unique stuff, and then just a bunch of crafting materials that I'll never use, honestly. So then we also have this Battle Master Super Commando armor, and I remember this what it actually used to look like when you had Battle Master gear. But overall, I mean, this look isn't really too good. I mean, this is the best you could get at level 50 when it first started out, but obviously, as you can tell with the game changing, that doesn't look really nice anymore. So yeah, disappointing, but I still keep it just to remember. So yeah, there's that, of course. Then I have some of these schematics that I did kill from world bosses and whatnot. I think I got this one from Eevee. I just was soloing Eevee Nightmare mode, just doing the first two bosses, and then I just managed to get this, but obviously it's not really worth it right now, considering it's 136. But I guess if you're level 50, then that might work out. I don't know, but yeah, that's just gonna stay there for the time being. So yeah, we have all of this stuff right here, just all random garbage. Heck, I even have a augment here. So yeah, you know what? Whatever. Then I have another chance cube. I don't know why I have two. Like I said, I just have a bunch of random stuff, but it's still really cool just to see all the stuff. Since I honestly never look into my cargo bay too often, just to randomly put gear and whatnot in. So it's always fun to just look around and see what you can find. So yeah, like I said, I have another Revan chest plate, so that's pretty nice. But obviously I don't use it anymore. But you know, it still looks like it looks pretty nice. But obviously, like I said, there's been a bunch of reskins for this, so it's kind of disappointing now. Like I said, so yeah, I mean, more or less that's just Cargo Bay 3, just a bunch of random crap. And then of course we just have some legacy gear. Like I said, I will eventually get to putting it back into Bay 1. But for now, let's just move to Bay 4. And as you can tell, when we are here, we do have the Mystic Robes. And what I had to do was to get Bronteus all the gear. I had to actually purchase, I think I had to purchase the gloves, not the gloves, I think the shoes and then the wristbands. Mainly because or the wristbands, what? But I did need to actually get the arm guards and whatnot just to actually completely set him up for all that stuff. But yeah, there's that, of course. Then I have a bunch of random garbage. I mean, I went on a huge unboxing spree the one time, and I just got constantly the same exact items. So yeah, here we go. We just have a bunch of these Cartel Market lightsabers, even though they aren't really that good. Then we just have all the random stuff right here. We have a blaster rifle. Honestly, it doesn't look too nice, but like I said, it's still there. Because most of the stuff in this cargo hold, I just keep it for just remembering and or just keep it to actually use for later. So yeah, with some, we actually do have some actually unassembled underworld stuff. So that's pretty nice. Obviously, I'll eventually get to that. That's just when I do like the old hard modes, just collect them and then eventually just put them in and then sell them. So we do actually have some unassembled stuff right here. Then of course we have the black hole gear. We have all this stuff. Once again, just a bunch of crates and whatnot. And then we do have this piece of gear right here, 186. I actually managed to get this piece of gear, I think for like 40k, because someone was just, I don't know, they were being really stupid when this first came out in the 186 Relics. Just, like, honestly, came out, no one was doing the operations just yet. So I managed to snag this for like 40k, so that's pretty nice. Then we do have some unassembled stuff once again. Then we just have some gifts and whatnot, and yeah. So we're just going to go ahead and head to the final and last column right here. Honestly, not the best, but it's still something. So as you can tell, right here we just have some green paste. We do also have some of the Cartel Market stuff that was with the Master Packs. So we do have some XP boosts. And we also have these pieces of gear. But yeah, guys, this is some gear right here. This is when the Cartel Market first came out. And you could get just one piece of these. Just actually keep body armor. It's not too bad, not gonna lie, but you can get it from the Cartel Market vendor now. That's actually on the fleet, so yeah, there's that. Now, of course, we just have some crafting materials once again. We have a Hut statue, because why not? And then we have a punt emote, even though I'm likely gonna sell that eventually someday. Then I do have the Ice Graveler jerky right here. I've actually managed to get a ton of these, considering I always do the actual EC story mode runs of just soloing it. And I just usually just sell them, but I did keep one after I used it just because you never know. So yeah, we have that, of course. Then we just have all these pieces of gear, just some PvP gear, so eventually when I do trade in the stuff, then I'll have it there. But yeah, obviously that's just going to be my whole entire inventory or actual cargo hold of just me having all this random crap and gear. But I thought it'd be really interesting to show, considering that I'm completely full of all this gear, and I just honestly wanted to show you some of the stuff that I've actually managed to collect. Well, I've been playing Star Wars Republic on this tune since I put most of my gear on this tune, so obviously that's some of the stuff that I've found and discovered that I've actually kept instead of selling. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this Star Wars Republic highlight video. As always, if you guys enjoy these videos, then make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.